"Stop right there, this cabin's coming down." The shout slices through the night, sharp as a wrench on steel. Headlights blaze, pinning me and my son Jacob against the Pine Hollow cabin's porch. My pulse hammers, but my hands stay calm. I'm Michael Warren, 48, retired mechanic, checking my 40-acre property at 1 a.m. Jacob, 19, stands beside me, his jaw tight, eyes flashing. This cabin with its cedar walls and forest view is my father's legacy. Where are you watching from? Drop a comment. This tale's a kicker. I step forward, gravel scraping under my boots. The air smells of pine, motor oil from my shed. Victor Hayes, fake HOA boss, looms ahead, his suit too polished for this hour. His slick hair shines, lips curled in a sneer, holding a demolition notice like a trophy. Two goons in khaki, sporting Pine Hollow HOA inspector badges, flank him, their stares hard. Jacob's fists clench, his breath sharp. My gut churns. This is my land, and they're threatening my home. "This is Pine Hollow," I say, voice low, steady. "My family's held it since 1965. I pat my pocket where my deed rests, careful not to spook them. Victor strides closer, his loafers kicking dust. "Mr. Warren," he says, voice dripping venom, butchering my name, "your cabin violates HOA codes. It's slated for demolition." His goons nod, one tapping his badge like it's real. Deputy Owen Perry, badge glinting, shifts uneasily nearby. "Let's cooperate, Michael," he mumbles, eyes low. Jacob's voice cracks. "Dad, I was just fixing the porch rail. He's no rebel, just a kid learning the land like I did." Victor's sneer deepens. "He ignored our warnings," he says, waving the notice. My teeth grind. This fake HOA, crawling out while I was repairing a rig off-site, claims my cabin with no proof. They're threatening to tear it down, like vultures circling a prize. My father fought loggers for this land. Now Victor's playing overlord. Owen clears his throat. "Got a complaint about structural hazards," he says, voice weak. I step closer, eyes locked. "What complaint? Who filed it?" Victor cuts in. "Irrelevant. Your cabin's a danger." His goons shift, hands on belts. I size them up. My mechanic's mind kicks in, calculating. This cabin's foundation, its beams, I rebuilt myself. I know every bolt, every joist. They're banking on my fear, but I've got friends in construction who'll back me. I steady Jacob, my hand on his arm. His eyes burn, fierce like mine. "You okay?" I whisper. He nods, chin up. Victor's goons watch, their headlights harsh. The forest air stings, but my resolve hardens. Owen looks away, conflicted. My buddy Daniel Vance runs a construction crew, and he owes me. Victor doesn't know that yet. My phone vibrates, a text from VH. "Back off, Warren," it reads. My chuckle is dry, edged. They're bold, but they're fools. I face Victor, my voice iron. "You're threatening my cabin on my land," I say. Big mistake. His eyes narrow, but he's smug, thinking he's won. I guide Jacob to the truck, his steps firm. The pines sigh, the cabin's shadow solid behind us. My father's words echo, "Guard it, Michael." I will. Victor's fake HOA thinks they can bully us, forge papers, destroy what's ours. They don't know I've got Daniel's crew, my tools, my fight. They just started a war they'll lose. I guide Jacob to the truck. Victor Hayes' threat, "Back off, Warren," ringing in my ears like a misfired engine. The demolition notice pinned to my cabin's porch feels like a personal attack. The Pine Hollow land stretches dark, pines rustling. The cabin's cedar walls solid behind us. Jacob's eyes, still sharp from the confrontation, stoke my fury. This 40-acre retreat, my father's pride, faces destruction. If ever had someone target your home, drop a comment. This battle's personal now. I'm Michael Warren, 48, retired mechanic. For 30 years I rebuilt engines, tuned rigs, fixed what others broke. Precision's my trade, reading machines like blueprints, spotting flaws in any system. Now I tend Pine Hollow, my dad's legacy. He bought it in 1965, a forested sanctuary of cedar and stone. He'd perch me on his toolbox, teaching me to wrench bolts, mend fences, defend what's ours. "Michael," he'd say, voice gritty as sand, "this cabin's our heart. Protect it." Jacob learned the same, shadowing me, eager to repair porch rails. The truck grumbles down the dirt path, Jacob quiet beside me. The air smells of pine, faint oil. Victor's fake HOA served that notice while I was fixing a client's tractor off-site. 3 months away, and they spun a web of deceit. My grip tightens on the wheel, outrage rising. My buddy, Daniel Vance, runs a construction crew, owes me for past jobs. Victor doesn't know that yet. That's my leverage. At the cabin, a sturdy cedar haven my dad crafted, I settled Jacob on the porch. The air's crisp, the wood creaking under my boots. "You okay?" I ask. He nods, eyes fierce. "They can't tear it down, Dad," he says. I agree, my throat tight. Inside, the cabin smells of timber, old iron. I head to the desk, shelves heavy with Dad's records. My fingers trace a 1965 deed, its edges frayed but clear. Pine Hollow, private, 40 acres, it declares. No HOA, no claims. Victor's notice, waved like a scepter, is a sham. I sit, the deed solid in my hands. My dad battled loggers, their bids stacking like rust. He taught me and Daniel to stand tall, to outwit predators. Daniel's crew, my spanner, were forged from the same steel. Jacob's shaken, but he's strong. The notice isn't just an attack on the cabin. It's a strike at our heritage. My phone sits nearby, Victor's text glowing. "Back off, Warren." Suspicion stirs. Are they staking out the cabin? The pines outside stand still, but my instincts say they're near. I grab a flashlight, its heft reassuring. The porch rail needs checking, where Jacob was working. Victor's goons claimed it's a hazard, but I know every beam, every nail. My mechanic's eye detects weak links like a cracked piston. The cabin's foundation, its joists, I rebuilt myself. Victor's betting on intimidation, on forged papers. He doesn't know I've got Daniel's crew, the law on my side. My dad's words guide me. "Guard it, Michael." "I will." Jacob joins me, his gaze steady. "I'm in, Dad," he says. I nod, handing him a flashlight. The deed's in my pocket, my dad's voice in my head. Protect it. Victor's fake HOA thinks they can threaten my cabin, scare my son, erase our legacy. They're mistaken. I'm a mechanic, wired to fix what's broken, to dismantle what's false. My friend Daniel's crew is my backup, and this cabin is ours. They started this war, but I'll end it, with Jacob beside me, our heritage secure. I stand on the Pine Hollow cabin's porch with Jacob, the 1965 deed heavy in my pocket. Victor Hayes' text, "Back off, Warren," gnawing at my nerves like a stripped gear. The demolition notice, threatening to raze my father's legacy, stings worse than rust. The 40-acre land sprawls dark, pines hissing, the cabin's cedar walls unyielding. Jacob's eyes, fierce but shaken, ignite my resolve. Ever had someone try to wreck your home? Drop a comment. Victor's picking a fight he'll regret. Dawn breaks, cold and stark. I trek to the cabin's foundation, where beams meet earth. The air smells of pine, faint grease from my tools. A khaki-clad goon, badge reading Pine Hollow HOA Inspector, hammers a notice to my gate. $20,000, 0 cents fine for unsafe structure, it declares. I scoff, my mechanic's eye catching the lie. This is my property, I say, closing the distance. The goon, wiry, mirrors Victor's sneer. Pay or lose it, Warren, he says. HOA owns this now. His badge is flimsy, a cheap ploy. Tell Victor to read the deed, I snap. He retreats, eyes glinting, trouble brewing. I head to town, Jacob beside me, silent but alert. The hardware store buzzes, but neighbors dodge my gaze. Old man Tucker, who fished with my dad, turns away. Victor's been spreading venom, painting me as a scofflaw, Jacob as trouble. A sign looms outside, Pine Hollow HOA, build your future. My blood surges, they're claiming my cabin, my land, like it's theirs. I spot Nathan Cole, 30, a vlogger exposing HOA rackets, filming near the store. "Michael," he says, voice hushed, "heard about the notice. Got proof?" I nod, clutching the deed. "Meet me later," I say. At noon, 2 more enforcers appear at my cabin's porch, tools out, citing code violations. I grab my tablet, pulling up my rebuild schematics. "Your inspections are junk," I say, pointing to their shoddy measurements. "Beams are off by 2 inches. Touch my cabin and your claims collapse." My voice is iron, 30 years of mechanical precision slicing through. The taller goon, broad, glares. "Victor says you're finished," he growls. I stand firm. "Touch my property and you're done." They back off muttering, but I spot fresh gouges on the porch posts, signs of sabotage. My phone rings, a client from my mechanic days, voice tense. "Michael," he says. "HOA called, said you're causing issues, might drop your jobs." My teeth clench. Victor's hitting my livelihood now. I head to the foundation, the forest air thick with pine, heat. The beams hum with stability, but new scratches show tampering. Suspicion claws at me. Are they rigging my cabin to fail? I set up a trail cam, tucked in the brush, its lens sharp. My dad taught me to cover every angle, and I'm covering now. Back at the cabin, I find another notice on the door. Cease occupancy or face leans, it reads. Victor's signature bold. Jacob's fists tighten, his voice low. They can't do this, Dad, he says. I nod, my hand on his arm. My buddy Daniel Vance with his construction crew would crush this fraud. Victor doesn't know our connection. I think of my dad, his wrench in hand, teaching me to fix, to fight. This cabin, these beams, are our blood. Victor's fake HOA is a contraption, and I know contraptions. I'll break his. I meet Nathan at the diner, the air heavy with coffee, grease. Victor's running a scam, he says, showing me online posts about forged HOAs. I hand him the deed. They're faking claims, I say. The notice was just the start. Nathan's eyes spark. Let's expose them, he says. My phone buzzes, another text from VH. Quit now or Jacob pays. The diner's hum fades, my pulse loud. Victor thinks he can scare me, threaten my son, demolish my cabin. He's wrong. I'm a mechanic, Daniel's friend, and this land's mine. I'll dismantle his lies wide open. I clutch the HOA notice, Victor Hayes' threat, quit now or Jacob pays, pulsing like a bad spark plug. The Pine Hollow cabin stands firm, pines hissing, cedar walls unyielding. Jacob's grit, his eyes burning after the confrontation, keeps me sharp. My trail cam, hidden by the porch, watches for more sabotage. This land, my dad's legacy, faces destruction. Ever had neighbors turn against you? Share your HOA battles below. Victor's poison is spreading fast. I head to town, the deed in my pocket, its paper rough. The hardware store hums, but faces avoid me. Old man Tucker, who shared tools with my dad, slips behind a rack. Two guys from the HOA's new plots point, whispering. Victor's lies have taken hold, branding me a lawbreaker, Jacob a troublemaker. My jaw tightens, my mechanic's instincts kicking in. I rebuilt this cabin, know its strength. Victor's fake HOA is a shaky rig, and I'll tear it apart. I spot Nathan Cole outside, his camera rolling, capturing the town's mood. Michael, he says, voice low, your story's gaining traction online. I show him the deed, the 1965 proof of Pine Hollow's boundaries. Victor's forging claims, I say. Nathan nods, his gaze keen. Meet me at my place, he says. We'll strategize. My chest tightens, suspicion stirring. Is Victor's crew tailing us? The air smells of pine, distrust. But Nathan's a fighter, like me. I drive to Caleb Reed's cabin, a neighbor who's battled land grabs before. His porch smells of sawdust, old iron. Victor's got folks scared, Caleb says, voice rough. He's claiming your cabin as HOA property. He hands me a 1965 survey, matching my deed, showing my land's true borders. They tampered with your porch beams, he says. Check the east corner. My blood surges. My dad trusted Caleb, and so do I. Thanks, I say. Keep this quiet. He nods, his eyes steady. I head to the east corner, where beams meet ground. The forest air is thick with pine, dust. The new beams, shifted a foot onto HOA land, show fresh cuts, deliberate sabotage. My trail cam's footage, checked on my tablet, reveals two khaki-clad goons prying beams at midnight, their faces caught in starlight. Victor's orders, no doubt. I save the clip, my pulse racing. This is theft, bold and vicious. My cabin's foundation, its joists, I rebuilt. They're after my land. I attend a fake HOA meeting in Victor's rented office, the air heavy with ink control. Victor stands at a podium, preaching community standards. Pine Hollow must comply, he says, smirking. The crowd nods, cowed by his fines, his threats. I stand holding the survey. This proves my cabin's mine, I say, voice firm. You tampered with my beams. Murmurs ripple, faces uneasy. Victor's eyes narrow. Sit down, Warren, he snaps. Your claims are baseless. Deputy Owen Perry by the door shifts, his badge glinting, trapped in Victor's web. Ryan Blake, a neighbor, speaks up, voice low. I saw them at your cabin, he says. The room tenses, eyes darting. Victor slams his clipboard. Meeting over, he barks. His goons glare, hands on belts. Ryan catches my eye, a nod of support. He's risking Victor's anger, like Jacob did. I leave, the forest air cold, the crowd's whispers fading. My phone buzzes, a text from VH. Keep pushing and Daniel won't help. My blood chills. Victor knows about my construction buddy, Daniel Vance. The pines loom as I drive home, my mind sharp. Victor's turning neighbors into puppets, using fear to bind them. My dad's voice echoes, "Fix what's broken, Michael." I rebuilt this cabin, its beams, its heart. Victor's fake HOA is a contraption, and I've got proof. Nathan's vlog, Ryan's courage, Caleb's survey. They're my tools. Daniel's crew is my ace. Victor thinks he's untouchable, threatening my son, rigging my cabin. He's wrong. I'm a mechanic, and I'll dismantle his scam. I drive home from the fake HOA meeting. Victor Hayes' text. Keep pushing, and Daniel won't help. Chilling me like a snapped fan belt. He knows about my buddy Daniel Vance, the construction crew boss. The Pine Hollow cabin stands firm, pines hissing, cedar walls sturdy. Jacob's asleep, his defiance from the confrontation fueling me. My trail cam, hidden by the porch, guards against more sabotage. Ever had a bully target your home? Drop a comment. I'm digging for the truth now. I meet Nathan Cole at the county records office at first light. The air smells of dust, stale coffee, shelves packed with files. Nathan's laptop hums, his fingers swift. Victor's filing fake claims, he says, pulling up a permit from 2024, signed by Ethan Holt, a clerk who vanished last year. It lists Pine Hollow as HOA property. That's a fraud, I say, holding Caleb Reed's 1965 survey. The boundaries clash. Victor's stealing my cabin on paper, my jaw locks, my mechanic's mind plotting. We sift through records, the room heavy with old ink. I uncover a land transfer dated 3 months ago when I was fixing a rig off-site. It claims I sold 10 acres to the HOA. My signature, a crude fake. This is a lie, I say, voice low. Nathan snaps photos, his camera clicking. This'll hit hard online, he says. My pulse surges. Victor's not just intimidating. He's a crook, rigging the system. Daniel's crew could bury this, but I need solid proof first. Caleb calls, his voice steady. Come to my place, he says. Got evidence. His cabin smells of sawdust, old leather. He hands me a 1965 easement, it's paper-worn but clear. Your dad signed this, he says. Protects Pine Hollow, its boundaries, from any claims. My dad's handwriting is bold, unyielding. Victor's ignoring this, I say. Caleb nods. He's got Councilman Lucas Grant in his pocket. Be cautious. My chest burns. Victor's not just after my cabin. He's bought the county. I head to the east corner, where beams were tampered. The forest air bites, thick with pine sawdust. The shifted beams a foot onto HOA land show fresh cuts. My trail cam's footage, checked on my tablet, shows 2 khaki-clad goons prying beams at 2 a.m., their faces sharp in moonlight. My blood surges. This is Victor's work, sabotaging my cabin to claim it. I save the video, my dad's voice echoing, "Fix what's broken, Michael." I will. Victor's plots rely on my land. Back at the cabin, I study the easement, its paper heavy with time. It lists every boundary, every post, all mine. Nathan texts. Posted the forged permit online, it's viral. I check his vlog, comments raging against HOAs. My phone buzzes, an anonymous email. You're in over your head, Warren, it reads. Suspicion grips me. Are they watching my cabin? The pines outside stand still, but my instincts scream they're close. I set up another trail cam, hidden in the brush, its lens sharp. That night I stake out the porch, the forest dark, air crisp with pine. My tablet's linked to the cam. At 1 a.m., 3 figures creep in, tools glinting, prying at the foundation bolts. The air carries a faint, solvent smell like they're staging damage. My cam catches their faces, one the broad goon from the HOA meeting. My heart races, but I stay hidden, recording. This is the proof to bury Victor, to save Jacob, to protect my dad's legacy. I drive home, the footage secured. The cabin smells of cedar, grit, the easement, Caleb's survey, Nathan's photos, they're my arsenal. Victor's fake HOA is a machine, but I'm a mechanic. I know how to break faulty rigs. My dad taught me to spot flaws, to stand firm. Jacob's shaken, Victor's threats, they've only sharpened me. Daniel's crew is my backup, but this fight's mine. Victor thinks he's safe, rigging my cabin, threatening my son. He's wrong. I'm tearing his scam apart. I lock the cabin door, the trail cam footage of Victor Hayes' goons prying at my foundation bolts locked on my tablet, their solvent stench lingering like a bad weld. His latest email, "You're in over your head, Warren," feels like a spark near fuel. The Pine Hollow land lies dark, pines hissing, cedar walls standing tall. Jacob's asleep, his defiance from the HOA's threats fueling my fire. Nathan Cole's vlog, exposing Victor's forged permit, is viral, but Victor's hitting harder. Ever had a bully attack your work? Drop a comment. I'm ready to strike back. Morning breaks, raw and biting. I head to the mailbox, the forest air thick with pine, frost. A notice is bolted to the post. $80,000, 0 cents fine for structural endangerment, signed by Victor. My blood surges. My cabin, my dad's legacy, is now HOA property. I tear the paper, its edges sharp. My phone rings. It's my old client Tom from my mechanic days. "Michael," he says, voice strained, "HOA called, said you're causing trouble. Might cancel your contracts." My fists clench. Victor's targeting my reputation now. I stride to the porch where beams meet earth. The air smells of sawdust, faint solvent. 3 khaki-clad enforcers, fake badges shining, are at the foundation, tools out. "Step back, Warren," the leader says, a stocky guy with Victor's sneer. "This cabin's HOA controlled now." I laugh, cold, my mechanic's eyes sharp. "You're on my land," I say, pulling up my tablet's schematics. "Your measurements are off by 3 inches. Touch my beams and your claims crumble." My voice is steel, 30 years of precision cutting through. They pause, eyes flicking. The leader steps forward, crowbar raised. "Victor says you're done," he growls. I don't budge. "Tell Victor to check the easement," I say. "This cabin's mine." I point to the foundation, its bolts steady. "One wrong move and your case falls apart. My dad taught me to read machines, find weak spots. I know this cabin cold." The enforcers retreat, muttering, but I spot fresh cuts on the beams. More sabotage. My trail cam hidden in the brush caught it. I'll check the footage tonight. Back home, I find a sign on my gate. "Pine Hollow HOA property, no entry." My scoff is bitter. Victor's hosting a community briefing in his rented office, demanding fees for shared land rights. My cabin. I check my phone. Nathan texts. "Briefings tonight, I'm filming. Be there." I grab my jacket, the forest air sharp. At the briefing, the office glows, packed with residents. Victor stands at a podium, suit pressed. "Pine Hollow thrives under our rules," he says, grinning. "Warren's a hazard." I confront him after, holding the easement. "Your permits are fake," I say. "You threaten my son on my land." His eyes narrow. "You're a problem, Warren," he says. "Back off, or your jobs are gone." Deputy Owen Perry lingers, uneasy. "Just comply, Michael," he mutters. I shake my head. "Check the records, Owen. You know this is wrong." The crowd watches, whispering. Victor's goons eye me, hands on belts. I leave, boots crunching gravel, the air thick with deceit. At the cabin, I check the trail cam footage. It shows enforcers at the foundation, loosening bolts at 3 a.m. A solvent bottle glinting. My fists tighten. They're staging damage, framing me for Victor's endangerment lie. I reinforce the bolts, the metal cold, the forest quiet. My dad's voice echoes. "Fix what's broken, Michael." Jacob joins me, his eyes fierce. "We'll stop him, Dad," he says. I nod, my hand on his arm. Daniel Vance's crew could crush this scam, but this fight's mine now. The pines loom, my mind sharp. Victor's turning neighbors into tools, using fear to chain them. My dad rebuilt this cabin to last. Nathan's vlog, Caleb's survey, Ryan's courage, they're my gears. Victor's fake HOA is a faulty machine, and I'm a mechanic. My phone buzzes, a text from VH, "Turn back or your family's next." My laugh is sharp, defiant. Victor thinks he can scare me, sabotage my cabin, threaten Jacob. He's wrong. I'm ready to dismantle his lies, with Daniel's crew waiting in the wings. I stand in my Pine Hollow cabin, the trail cam footage of Victor Hayes' goons loosening my foundation bolts locked on my tablet, the solvent stench from their sabotage lingering like a misaligned shaft. His latest text, "Turn back or your family's next," hits like a blown fuse. The 40-acre land lies dark, pines hissing, cedar walls unyielding. Jacob's asleep, his courage from Victor's threats sharpening my edge. Nathan Cole's vlog exposing the forged permit is at 2 million views. Ever had a bully threaten your kid? Drop a comment. I'm tearing Victor's scam apart. I meet Nathan at his apartment, the air thick with coffee, circuitry. His laptop glows, comments flooding his vlog. We're rattling them, Nathan says, eyes keen. I show him the forged land transfer, my signature a clumsy fake. Victor's claiming my cabin, I say. Nathan pulls up a hacked email chain, Victor to Councilman Lucas Grant. Funds transferred, one reads. Clear the cabin, my jaw tightens. Victor's bribing officials to steal my land. My buddy Daniel Vance could crush this with his crew, but I need ironclad proof. We dig deeper, Nathan's fingers racing. The emails reveal Deputy Owen Perry's blackmail, Victor holding a 2018 theft charge over him. Silence Warren, Victor wrote. My stomach twists. The county's corrupt, my cabin the target. Nathan saves the emails, his voice low. This is dynamite, he says. But we need more. I nod, my mechanic's mind mapping. My cabin's foundation, its beams, I rebuilt. Victor's plots rely on my land. I can break his scheme. I call Caleb Reed, his voice steady. Meet me at my place, he says. Got proof. His cabin smells of sawdust, old steel. He hands me a USB drive, his hands calloused from years of fighting land disputes. Ryan Blake got this from Victor's office, Caleb says. I plug it into my tablet. It's footage, shadowy but clear, showing Victor and two goons shifting boundary markers at night. Ryan's voice whispers, I filmed this last month. My pulse surges. This pins Victor to the theft. I head to the east corner, where beams were tampered. The forest air stings, heavy with pine grit. The shifted beams, a foot onto HOA land, show fresh cuts. My trail cam's footage, checked on my tablet, shows two khaki-clad goons prying bolts at 2 a.m., their faces sharp in starlight. My blood surges. They're staging damage to frame me. I save the clip. My dad's voice echoing, Spot the flaw, Michael. I do. Victor's plots need my cabin's land. Back at the cabin, I study the easement. It's paper thick with history. It lists every boundary, every post, all mine. Nathan texts, posted the emails online. It's blowing up. I check his vlog, comments raging against corrupt HOAs. My phone buzzes, an anonymous email. You're done, Warren, it reads. Suspicion grips me. Are they watching my cabin? The pines outside stand still, but my instincts scream they're near. I set up another trail cam, hidden in the underbrush, its lens sharp. That night, I stake out the porch, the forest dark, air crisp with pine. My tablet's linked to the cam. At 1 a.m., 3 figures slink in, tools glinting, loosening foundation bolts again. The air carries a sharp solvent smell, like they're planning to frame me for structural failure. My cam catches their faces, one the stocky goon from the HOA briefing. My heart races, but I stay hidden, recording. This is the proof to bury Victor, to save Jacob, to protect my dad's legacy. I drive home, the footage locked tight. The cabin smells of cedar, resolve. The easement, Ryan's footage, Nathan's emails, they're my arsenal. Victor's fake HOA is a faulty rig, but I'm a mechanic, trained to dismantle bad builds. Jacob joins me, his eyes fierce. We'll stop them, Dad, he says. I nod, my hand on his arm. Daniel's crew is my backup, but this fight's mine. Victor thinks he's safe, bribing officials, rigging my cabin, threatening my son. He's wrong. I'm ready to break his machine wide open. I grip my tablet, loaded with the 1965 easement, forged land transfer, bribe emails, Ryan Blake's marker-moving footage, and trail cam evidence of Victor Hayes' goons loosening my cabin's foundation bolts. His latest email, "You're done, Warren," feels like a jammed throttle, but I'm steady. The Pine Hollow cabin stands solid, pines hissing, cedar walls unyielding. Jacob's asleep, his grit from Victor's threats fueling me. Nathan Cole's vlog at 2 million views has eyes on us. Ever faced a liar in a crowd? Drop a comment. This is my stand. The fake HOA meeting packs Victor's rented office, rigged like a tribunal. The air smells of ink, tension, chairs crammed with neighbors. Victor stands at a podium, suit sharp, gavel gleaming. Deputy Owen Perry guards the door, eyes flickering. Nathan's in the back, live streaming, his camera locked on me. Caleb Reed sits nearby, hands firm. Ryan's in the crowd, tense but alert. I hold the tablet, the easement in my pocket. Victor's scam ends tonight. Victor bangs his gavel. Order, he says. Warren's cabin threatens our safety. The crowd murmurs, cowed by his lies about structural hazards. I stand, voice calm, mechanics precision cutting through. This land is mine, I say, raising the easement. Victor's plots are illegal. He forged documents, tampered with my beams. I show the tablet, displaying the fake transfer, my signature a clumsy scrawl, whispers ripple, eyes shifting. Victor's smirk fades. Sit down, Warren, he snaps. Your papers are void. I press on, projecting Nathan's emails. Victor bribed Councilman Lucas Grant, I say, zoned my land for profit. The screen shows Victor's words. Funds transferred, silence Warren. Gasps echo, faces turning. Lucas in the back sweats, inching toward the exit. I play Ryan's footage, Victor shifting markers at night. He stole my land, I say. The crowd stirs, voices rising. Ryan stands, voice steady. I signed Victor's petition under threat, he says. He pressured my business. The room erupts, neighbors arguing. Victor slams his gavel. Lies, he shouts. Warren's a danger. I'm not done. I play the trail cam footage, goons loosening bolts, solvent stench rising. The crowd roars, some standing. Old man Tucker yells, "You tricked us, Hayes!" Victor's face reddens, his gavel frozen. Owen steps forward, hesitant. Is this true, Victor? He says, voice low. The room's charged, neighbors turning on their bully. Nathan's live stream spikes, comments flooding. Expose him, one reads. I nod to Caleb, who signals Ryan. Ryan speaks again. Victor's permit's named Ethan Holt, he says, but Holt's gone. The crowd murmurs, doubts swelling. My dad's voice echoes. Spot the flaw, Michael. I'm breaking Victor's rig. Victor pivots, voice slick. We face a crisis, he says, holding a report. Warren's cabin is a hazard. It's collapsing. The crowd gasps, fear creeping back. Owen nods, forced to comply. I step forward, voice sharp. That's a lie, I say. Victor staged it. My cabin's solid. I show the easement again. This protects my land, my home. Ryan nods, bolder now. I saw Victor's goons at the cabin, he says. The room splits, some shouting support, others clinging to Victor's lies. Nathan's camera catches Victor's sweat, his live stream hitting 3 million views. My buddy Daniel Vance with his construction crew would end this now, but I need the crowd to shift. Victor bangs his gavel, voice cutting. Meeting adjourned, he snaps. His goons push toward me, but Caleb steps in, his stare halting them. Owen looks away, torn. I leave, the forest air cold, the crowd's shouts fading. My phone buzzes, a text from VH, "You'll pay, Warren." My pulse races, but I'm steady. Jacob's courage, my dad's cabin, they're my fight. Victor's lies are cracking, but he's dangerous. Nathan's vlog, Ryan's defiance, Caleb's resolve, they're my gears. Daniel's crew waits, but this moment's mine. The pines loom, my mind sharp. Victor thinks he can frame me, scare my son, demolish my home. He's wrong. I'm a mechanic and his fake HOA is about to collapse. I stride away from Victor Hayes' rigged HOA meeting. His text, "You'll pay, Warren," searing my mind like a frayed wire. His claim that my cabin's a collapsing hazard has neighbors spooked. The Pine Hollow land lies dark, pines hissing, cedar walls unyielding. My trail cam footage catching Victor's goons loosening foundation bolts is my weapon. Jacob's asleep, his courage against Victor's threats fueling my anger. Ever been framed for a lie? Drop a comment. Victor's desperate, and I'm ready to hit back. Morning breaks, harsh and raw. News vans swarm my gate, cameras trained on the cabin's porch. The forest air smells of pine, faint solvent from Victor's sabotage. Victor stands with a crowd, megaphone blaring. Warren's cabin is unsafe, he shouts. It endangers us all. Residents clutch signs, protect our homes, their faces twisted with fear. Deputy Owen Perry lingers, badge gleaming, forced to echo Victor's lies. My blood boils. My trail cams caught his goons staging the damage. This is Victor's last play. I step out, tablet loaded with proof. Victor's lying, I shout, voice steady. He rigged this. The crowd murmurs, uncertain. A reporter, young, jabs a mic at me. Mr. Warren, are you a threat? I glare. Inspect my cabin, I say. It's solid. Victor's framing me. The reporter hesitates, but Victor pushes forward, waving a fake report. Tests confirm structural failure, he says, smirking. The crowd gasps, turning against me. My jaw locks, he's winning with fear. Nathan Cole films from the sidelines, his camera capturing every word. His live stream's comments surge, people questioning Victor's claims. I text him, post the tampering footage now. He nods, fingers swift. The forest sun burns, the air thick with tension, solvent traces. I walk to the porch, the crowd parting. The beams are firm, but a solvent smell lingers, planted by Victor's goons. My trail cam, hidden in the brush, recorded it all. I'll use it, but timing's critical. I meet Caleb Reed at his cabin, the air heavy with sawdust. Resolve. His face is stern. Victor's pushing a seizure order for your land, he says. Lucas Grant's backing him. I show him the trail cam footage, goons loosening bolts at 1 a.m. This buries Victor, I say. Caleb nods. We need a bold move, he says. Ryan's testimony could sway the crowd. My mechanic's mind plots. My cabin's foundation, its beams, I rebuild. Victor's plots depend on my land. I check the porch, its bolts steady, wood cool under my hands. Fresh cuts mark the beams, more tampering attempts. The forest wind howls, carrying the crowd's distant shouts. My phone buzzes, an anonymous email. Your cabin's finished, Warren, it reads. Paranoia spikes. Are they watching my land? The pines outside stand still, but my gut screams they're close. My dad's voice echoes. Fix what's broken, Michael. Victor's frame-up is working, but I'm not cornered. The news vans, the signs, they're his tools, but they're brittle. I call Nathan. We hit hard, I say. Get Ryan to the next meeting. We'll show everything. Nathan's voice is firm. My vlog's at 3 million views, he says. People are with you. I nod, gripping the easement. My dad's cabin, his legacy is mine to defend. Jacob joins me, his eyes fierce. I'm with you, Dad, he says. I nod, my hand on his arm. Daniel Vance's crew could end this, but I'll fight smart. The forest air bites, my trail cam's set. Victor's desperate, faking damage to steal my land. My dad taught me to spot flaws, to break faulty rigs. Victor's machine is shaky, his lies cracking. Nathan's vlog, Caleb's survey, Ryan's courage, they're my tools. Daniel's crew waits. My phone buzzes again, a text from VH. Your son's next, Warren. My laugh is sharp, angry. Victor thinks he can scare me, frame my cabin, threaten Jacob. He's wrong. I'm a mechanic. In his fake HOA's about to collapse. I stand in my Pine Hollow cabin. Victor Hayes text, your son's next, Warren, blazing like a shorted circuit. His fake structural hazard claim accusing my cabin of endangering the community has neighbors rattled. The 40-acre land lies dark, pines hissing, cedar walls unyielding. My trail cam footage showing Victor's goons loosening bolts is my ace. Jacob's asleep, his courage against Victor's threats fueling me. Nathan Cole's vlog, at 3 million views, has eyes on us. Ever turned a bully's game against them? Drop a comment. I'm about to rip Victor's scam apart. I call Daniel Vance, my construction buddy, at midnight. The air smells of cedar, grit. Daniel, I say, voice low, I need your crew, tonight. He chuckles, rough. Victor's done. Name the target. I grin, my mechanic's mind sharp. The HOA Clubhouse, a prefab shack on my land's edge, is Victor's base. My 1965 easement gives me rights over every inch. My dad taught me to spot weak points, and the clubhouse is Victor's. Bulldoze it, I say. 3 a.m., Daniel's crew is my hammer, and I'm swinging. At 2:30 a.m., I meet Daniel's team at the forest's edge, the air biting with pine, dust. 3 bulldozers rumble, their engines growling like beasts. Daniel, grizzled, hands me a flashlight. Legal's clear, he says, showing my easement. This land's yours. I nod, my boots crunching gravel. The clubhouse looms, its lights off, banners proclaiming Pine Hollow HOA. My trail cam, hidden nearby, watches. I signal the crew. The bulldozers roar, blades biting into the shack's walls. Wood splinters, metal groans, dust clouds rise. By 3:15, the clubhouse is rubble. Dawn breaks, cold and stark. Neighbors swarm the wreckage, shocked, shouting, "No clubhouse!" one yells. Victor arrives, suit crumpled, face pale. "Warren did this!" he screams, pointing at me. I step forward, tablet ready. "This is my land," I say, voice firm. "My easement. Your clubhouse was illegal." I show the deed, its boundaries clear. The crowd murmurs, some nodding, others glaring, torn by Victor's lies. Deputy Owen Perry approaches, badge glinting. Michael, this is vandalism, he says, voice shaky. I laugh, cold. Check the deed, Owen. You know Victor's lying. Nathan films from the sidelines, his camera live streaming. Comments explode, people cheering my move. I point to the rubble, once Victor's throne. Your HOA's a fraud, I say. No authority here. Victor's eyes dart, his smirk gone. You'll regret this, he snaps. Caleb Reed steps up, voice steady. Victor's permits are fake, he says. He's stealing Warren's land. Ryan Blake nods, braver now. I saw them rig his cabin, he says. The crowd splits, some shouting support, others clinging to Victor's fear tactics. I head to the cabin, the forest air thick with pine dust. Jacob joins me, eyes wide. You crushed it, Dad, he says. I nod, checking the porch bolts. They're metal cool. Fresh cuts show more tampering attempts. My trail cam's set, ready for Victor's next move. The forest wind howls, carrying distant shouts. My phone buzzes an anonymous email. You're finished, Warren, it reads. Suspicion spikes. Are they watching my cabin? My dad's voice echoes. Break what's faulty, Michael. Victor's clubhouse is down, his lies exposed. I call Nathan. We go all in, I say. Get Ryan to the next meeting, we'll show everything. Nathan's voice is firm. My vlog's at 4 million views, he says. The world's with you. I nod, gripping the easement. My dad's cabin, his legacy, is mine to protect. Daniel's crew proved my power, but Victor's desperate. The crowd's turning, but he's dangerous. My phone buzzes again, a text from VH. Your family pays, Warren. My laugh is sharp, defiant. Victor thinks he can scare me, frame my cabin, threaten Jacob. He's wrong. I'm a mechanic, and his fake HOA's about to collapse. I stand outside my Pine Hollow cabin. Victor Hayes' text, your family pays, Warren, fading like a cracked gasket against my resolve. The bulldozed clubhouse, now rubble on my land, has shaken Victor's grip. The 40-acre retreat lies dark, pines hissing, cedar walls standing firm. Jacob's asleep, his courage fueling my fight. Nathan Cole's vlog at 4 million views has the world watching. Ever faced a bully's last gasp? Drop a comment. Victor's scam is about to shatter. The emergency HOA meeting packs the community center, the air thick with sweat, anticipation. Rows of chairs hold neighbors, news crews, their cameras rolling. Victor stands at a podium, suit crisp, gavel gleaming. Deputy Owen Perry guards the door, face tense. Nathan's live streaming his lens on me. Caleb Reed sits nearby, hands steady. Ryan Blake's in the crowd, eyes fierce. I clutch my tablet, loaded with the 1965 easement, forged transfer, bribe emails, marker-moving footage, and trail cam evidence of bolt tampering. Victor's done. Victor bangs his gavel. Order, he says. Warren's vandalism threatens our community. The crowd murmurs, scared by his hazard lies. I stand, voice calm, mechanic's precision slicing through. This land is mine, I say, raising the easement. Victor's plots are illegal. He forged documents, sabotaged my cabin. I show the fake transfer, my signature a shoddy fake. Victor's smirk falters. Nonsense, he snaps. Your claims are invalid. I project Nathan's emails. Victor bribed Councilman Lucas Grant, I say. Stole my land for profit. The screen shows Victor's words. Funds transferred. Silence Warren. Gasps echo, faces turning. Lucas, in the back, bolts for the door, but eyes track him. I play Ryan's footage, Victor shifting markers, at night. He stole my land, I say. The crowd stirs, voices rising. Ryan stands, voice clear. I signed Victor's petition under duress, he says. He threatened my shop. The room erupts, neighbors shouting. Victor slams his gavel. Lies, he yells. Warren's a menace, I'm not done. I play the trail cam footage. Goons loosening bolts, solvent stench rising. The crowd roars, some standing. Old man Tucker yells, You deceived us, Hayes. Victor's face pales, his gavel frozen. Owen steps forward, hesitant. Victor, is this true, he says? Voice low. The room's electric, neighbors turning on their bully. Nathan's live stream spikes, comments flooding. Bury him, one reads. I nod to Caleb, who signals the door. Ethan Holt, the missing clerk, walks in, escorted by Daniel Vance and 2 county deputies. The crowd hushes. Ethan's face is grim. Victor framed me for fraud, he says. He forged permits, pocketed fees to claim Warren's land. He hands the deputies a ledger. Victor's bribes circled. The crowd gasps, outrage swelling. Victor stammers. This is a setup. His voice cracks, frail. Owen steps up, badge heavy. Victor blackmailed me, he says. Threatened my record, the crowd cheers, clapping for Owen's confession. Daniel, grizzled, steps forward. My crew checked Michael's cabin, he says. It's solid. Victor's claims are lies. The deputies approach Victor, cuffs ready. Victor Hayes, you're under arrest for fraud, racketeering, bribery, one says. Handcuffs snap, the sound crisp. Victor's eyes dart, desperate, as deputies leave him out. Neighbors stand, shouting, dissolve the HOA. Nathan's camera catches it all, his live stream hitting 5 million views. My chest swells, justice burning. I address the crowd, voice steady. My dad built this cabin, I say. This land is his legacy, mine to protect. I hold up the easement. No one steals it. Cheers erupt, louder now. Ryan shakes my hand, Caleb nods, proud. The room smells of victory, grit. My dad's voice echoes. Fix what's broken, Michael. I did. Victor's scam is shattered, his lies exposed. The clubhouse rubble, my cabin, they're mine again. My phone buzzes, a text from an unknown number. This isn't over, Warren. I smirk. Let them try. I'm a mechanic, Daniel's friend, and my cabin's my fortress. I stand outside the community center, Victor Hayes' handcuffs still ringing in my ears like a snapped clutch. His cryptic text, this isn't over, Warren, feels empty now. The Pine Hollow cabin stands firm, pines hissing, cedar walls glowing under the stars. Neighbors pour out, their voices loud, freed from Victor's grip. Nathan Cole's vlog, at 5 million views, buzzes on his phone, comments cheering our triumph. Jacob's beside me, his eyes bright. Ever taken back's your home, drop a comment, this victory's ours. Morning brings justice. Victor's sentenced to 12 years for fraud, racketeering, bribery. Councilman Lucas Grant resigns, facing charges. The Pine Hollow HOA dissolves, its accounts frozen, fines returned. My phone rings. It's my old client, Ben, from my mechanic days. Michael, he says, voice warm, your contracts are secure. HOA's lies are dead. I exhale, relief surging like a tuned engine. My dad's voice echoes. Fix what's broken, Michael. I did. The cabin, my dad's legacy, is mine again. I open Pine Hollow to the community, a celebration to reclaim our land. Neighbors gather by the porch, the forest air alive with laughter, the scent of grilled meat. Caleb Reed brings smoked brisket, his smile wide, free of Victor's threats. Ryan Blake claps my shoulder, his eyes proud. Your dad would grin, he says. I nod, throat tight. The cabin's beams gleam, sturdy as ever. Nathan's filming, his camera sweeping the crowd. This is Pine Hollow, he says to his viewers. Warren fought for us. Old man Tucker, once distant, grips my hand. You stood up, he says. We were wrong to doubt you. Others nod, their faces open, no longer bound by Victor's rumors. The air carries pine, warmth. Jacob runs with other kids, their shouts bright. I check the porch bolts, their metal cool, unyielding. No trace of Victor's solvent sabotage remains. My trail cams still hidden, keep watch. Paranoia lingers, but today it's calm. Nathan's vlog plays on a tablet, showing the showdown. Ethan Holt's testimony, Owen Perry's confession, Victor's arrest, it's all there. Comments flood in, people sharing HOA fights, calling me a fighter. I'm no hero, just a mechanic fixing what's broken. Caleb joins me, holding a coffee. You gave us backbone, he says. I shrug, but his words strike deep. My dad fought for this cabin, taught me to outsmart predators. I fought for him, for Jacob, for us. The celebration grows, neighbors swapping tales. Owen Perry shows up, no badge, just a flannel. I'm sorry, Michael, he says, eyes low. Victor had me cornered. I nod, offering a plate. You spoke up, I say. That's enough. He smiles, faint but real. The forest sun sets, painting the beams gold. My dad's lessons, his hands on these bolts, guide me still. This cabin is more than wood, it's legacy, home, ours. I walk the fence line, the 15 houses dark their fate in court. The easement protects my land untouchable, my boots crunch gravel, the air cool, alive. Nathan's live stream ends with a call to action. Fight your HOAs, he says. Warren did. I smile, but my phone buzzes, breaking the moment. A letter, Forwarded from the county sits in my inbox. It's from Crestview HOA claiming land access rights. My laugh is sharp, bitter. Another victor, another fight. I tuck the phone away. Let them come. I know my cabin, my rights. The celebration winds down, neighbors leaving with full plates, new bonds. Caleb lingers, his voice low. They'll try again, he says. I nod, gripping the easement in my pocket. The forest stars shine, bright as my dad's eyes when he built this cabin. Victor's gone, his scam shattered. My contracts are safe, my land's mine. The crowd's laughter fades, but the cabin stands unyielding. Jacob joins me, his eyes steady. We won, Dad, he says. I nod, my hand on his shoulder. I'm a mechanic, Daniel's friend, and I'm ready for whatever comes next. I walk the Pine Hollow cabin at dawn, the Crestview HOA's letter claiming land access rights, tucked away like a misfired piston. Victor Hayes' defeat, his 12-year sentence, feels fresh as wet cement. The 40-acre land sprawls quiet, pines hissing, cedar walls glowing. The cabin, my dad's legacy, stands untouched. The 15 houses, dark on my land's edge, await court rulings. Ever fought a battle that won't die? Drop a comment. I'm braced for more. I'm with Jacob, 19, his eyes bright like my dad's. We inspect the porch bolts, their metal gleaming under the rising sun. The forest air carries pine, resolve. Your grandpa built this, I say, crouching by the foundation, taught me to keep it ours. Jacob nods, gripping a wrench, eager. I show him the beams, explain their load. This is ours, I say. No one takes it. He smiles, proud. My dad's lessons live in him, in me, in this cabin. I set up a webcam by the porch, streaming Pine Hollow online. Nathan Cole's idea, showing our truth to millions. His vlog's comments surge, people sharing HOA battles, cheering our win. The air warms, the sky vast. I walk the fence line, my boots grinding gravel. The 1965 easement, safe in my study, locks my land, my cabin forever. Victor's scam collapsed, his lies buried. But that crest-viewed letter hints at new predators. Back at the cabin, the cedar walls smell of time, grit. I sit at my desk, the webcam feed glowing on my tablet. The beams stand firm, unyielding under sunlight. My dad's journal lies open, his words steady. Hold fast, Michael. I did. The fight drained me, sleepless nights, threats, but it was worth it. The cabin's ours, the community united, neighbors nod again, free of Victor's shadow. My contracts are safe, my name clear. This cabin, these beams, they're my blood. My phone buzzes, pulling me from the journal. An email, no sender name, hits like a loose bolt. Warren, you stopped Hayes, we're watching. My pulse quickens, suspicion flaring. I check the windows, the forest calm outside. The words echo Victor's, but he's caged. Crestview HOA or their allies is lurking. I laugh, sharp, defiant. Let them watch. My trail cams are set, my cabin's tight. I'm a mechanic, Daniel Vance's friend, trained to spot flaws, hold ground. I walk outside, Jacob trailing me. The porch bolts hum, steady, unbreakable. I show him the foundation, its strength absolute. This is our strength, I say. He nods, learning fast. The forest wind carries dust, defiance. My dad fought for this cabin, turned wood into legacy. I fought for him, for Jacob, for us. The houses, still dark, don't scare me. Court will settle them, my easement rock solid. Crestview can try, but they'll fail. I face the webcam, its lens steady. This is Pine Hollow, I say, voice clear. My dad's vision, my fight. Victor Hayes stole, lied, lost. If your HOA's bullying you, fight back. Share your stories below. Keep pushing. The feed's live, viewers climbing. Jacob waves, grinning. The beams shine, the cabin standing tall. My dad's voice lingers. Stand firm, Michael, I have. This cabin is more than wood. It's our story, our strength. I'm ready for whatever comes next. I stand by my Pine Hollow cabin at dusk, the Crestview HOA's letter, claiming land access rights, fading like a worn-out spark plug. Victor Hayes' 12-year sentence, his scam buried, feels like a rebuilt engine humming clean. The 40-acre land glows, pines hissing, cedar walls standing tall. Jacob's laughter echoes as he checks the porch bolts, the cabin unyielding. Ever fought a fight that changed lives? Share your HOA battles below. Your story counts. I check the webcam feed, streaming Pine Hollow to thousands. Nathan Cole's idea, Showing Our Truth, has grown. His documentary, Crushing the HOA, funded by his vlog's millions, is live now. It details our battle, Victor's fraud, the forged permits, the bribes. The forest air smells of pine, hope. Nathan's voice crackles through my phone. "Michael," he says, "the film's funding legal aid for HOA victims nationwide." I nod, proud. My dad's cabin isn't just mine, it's a symbol now. The webcam catches the beams, solid under the fading sun. Neighbors visit freely, the land open, protected by the 1965 easement. Old man Tucker stops by, his face warm. "You gave us grit," he says, gripping my hand. The air carries pine, the scent of grilled steak from a neighbor's cookout. No fear lingers, no Victor to bully them. I think of Caleb, Ryan, Owen, their risks, their truths. My fight was for Jacob, for my dad, for all of us. I sit on the porch, the cedar cool under my boots, the forest sky burns red vast. My tablet shows emails from strangers, people battling their own Victor Hayes. "How'd you win?" one asks. I reply, voice steady on a voice memo. "Gather proof," I say. "Deeds, footage, allies. Fight smart." My dad's words guide me. "Know your build, Michael." I knew mine, the cabin, its bolts. I crushed Victor's lies with Daniel Vance's crew as my hammer. Nathan's documentary plays on my tablet, clips of our showdown. Ethan Holt's testimony, Owen Perry's confession, Victor's arrest, it's all there. Comments flood in, thousands sharing stories. "HOA fined me $10,000, 0 cents for a fence," one reads. "Inspired to push back," says another. My chest tightens. My cabin, my dad's legacy sparked this. The beams stand firm, the forest alive. The air smells of earth, victory. I'm a mechanic, not a hero, but I showed what's possible. I walk to the porch, its bolts steady. Jacob follows, asking about foundations. "You'll learn this," I say, grinning. The sunset paints the cedar gold, the cabin unyielding. My dad built this to endure, and I defended it. The cost was steep, threats, sleepless nights, but the reward is here. Neighbors smile, the community's whole. The houses don't scare me. The law's on my side, my easement ironclad. Crestview's claim is just dust. I face the webcam, its lens steady. "This is Pine Hollow," I say, voice clear. "My dad's dream, my fight. Victor Hayes stole, lied, lost. HOA's bully, but you can stop them. Get proof, stand firm, don't quit. Share your stories below, your voice counts. Stop the bullies. The feed's live, viewers soaring. Jacob waves, his laughter bright. The forest glows, the cabin stands, my dad's legacy secure. I'm a mechanic, Daniel's friend, and I'm ready for any new fight. Keep fighting."